This is the DonutSMP leaderboards, where the richest of people have over $1 billion. But is it possible for someone like me, the average DonutSMP player, to get $1 billion all completely solo? Well, in this series, this is exactly what we try and find out. So no further more, let's jump into the video. Alright, we're back on the DonutSMP. Now, I'm sure I've already explained it in the intro of the video, but a bunch of the footage got corrupted. This might be a good time to mention that I lost over 20 hours of recording, so I had to completely restart episode 4, so yeah, that sucked, but here we are now. Also, this is what our spawner base looks like. Yeah. Also, some of you said the bamboo farm was not worth $136 million in the last episode. I went to a random person and literally just gave them 40 skeleton spawners, which is worth about $60 million, so then y'all couldn't say that this challenge wasn't fair because of the bamboo farm that I sold for so much. We have 250 mil and 29 skeleton spawners to our name, and now we have to go make a base. So after finding the place where I was going to build my base and getting an amethyst pickaxe, I started digging my area out, and a few shulker boxes of moss later, we had the roof fully done. Once I was done mining the area out, I started working on the floor, and as I was mining out the walls, I was thinking about what farm I should build here. I was originally thinking kelp because it just got buffed, and it seemed really good right now. But I also wanted to try something that no one's ever done before, pumpkins. You see, pumpkins just got a buff by quite a lot. Now I want to see if they're actually good. So after making the walls, I bought the materials I needed to start working on the pumpkin farm. Oh, our amethyst pickaxe full, let's go. You know, I don't know if pumpkin farms are even good, but, you know, this is kind of just a test, so we'll see. I do have 29 skeleton spawners, so I'll go ahead and place these down as I'm AFK in the pumpkin farm, and yeah, I'll come back in a little bit, and hopefully some of these pumpkins grew. Alright guys, I'm back, and it turns out I'm an absolute buffoon. You see, I forgot to put the glowstone so the pumpkins had no light, so it was just not growing at all, no matter how much I bone milled it. After about 30 minutes of AFKing when the pumpkins actually had the light, we made around 18k. What sounds horrible, but if you look at how small of a farm it is, it makes sense. I had hope, so I decided to keep working on the farm. Little did I know at the time, this was going to be the best decision I made throughout the whole series. After a bit of building, I also went ahead and ordered some of my bones from my skeleton spawners. Building layer by layer, and after about 30 minutes, it was almost stacked up all the way to the ceiling. Alright, I'm back. I don't know how long I've been AFKing for, but honestly, bro, I just looked at the pumpkins. This is not that bad. That is a pretty solid amount of pumpkins. And let's go ahead and order these to see how much money we make. Alright, I'm not even gonna say it, but yeah, we made almost 70k. Since I wanted to expand the pumpkin farm, I bought an amethyst pickaxe and started digging out more area. I also started ordering some of the farm materials we're gonna need for the pumpkin farm just so it'd be cheaper in the long run. So after digging a little bit more out, I started working on more of the pumpkin modules. I'm gonna go ahead and AFK for now, but yeah, hopefully our pumpkin farm can make something. And let's keep note that it's at about a row right now, so let's see how much it makes in I'll come back in about an hour. Alright everyone, I'm pretty much done AFKing. I've been AFKing for almost pretty much an hour and a half, on the dot, an hour and a half. Dang, okay. It already had a row previously, so let me go ahead and sell all this. Let's see how much we made. I'm gonna sell everything that wasn't the row, so this is pretty much what we had in it before I AFK'd, so let's just see how much this was worth. Did they just get a buff? Holy, they're so expensive. Dude, we just made... no way. Now, to this day, I still don't know why they went up this much, because they didn't actually get a buff, so I guess people need them for Halloween builds or something, but yeah, it was good for me. After ordering some bones and selling my amethyst pickaxe on the auction house, I went ahead and started building more to the pumpkin farm, meaning it was really good. After just about all the building was done, I had stacked both sides of the pumpkin farm all the way up to the roof. Alright guys, I've been AFKing for my pumpkin farm for quite a while now. I added an extra chest just because the first one was filling up, so this is how much we have right now. Alright, and we're done ordering, and we made about 850k, which is pretty solid overall. After ordering some more bones, I made this little shulker loader and also wired up some redstone to where the pumpkins would drop out of these droppers into a shulker loader. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I pretty much just ran around my base for the next 20 minutes and resold one thing to make myself feel like I was making money, but yeah, that was about it. Alright, it's been around 14 hours. Sadly, we did get disconnected in the middle of the night, so I don't know how long it even AFK'd for. 1.44 million. That's pretty good, bro. We made about 1.3 mil from that. That is pretty good. I bought an amethyst pickaxe and kept digging out my area so I could keep building more of my pumpkin farm. Oh, and by the way, have you ever wanted to play Minecraft with your friends but not have to pay ridiculous prices for server hosting? Well, CraftLands hosting has got you covered. They're one of the cheapest server hosting options out there, with each gigabyte of RAM costing you only $3, and they also have one of the best CPUs on the market. They also offer more games than just Minecraft. And overall, it's extremely beginner friendly, and it's also super easy to install mods and plugins onto your server. You can even install the the mods and plugins directly from the server panel, so you don't have to go scattering through CurseForge and Spigot to look for plugins. Also even offer DDoS protection, so if you want to start hosting Minecraft servers the right way, click on the link in description to get started. Anyways, this is what I had built for the pumpkin farm, and for some reason out of nowhere, the server went under maintenance, so I couldn't play. Alright, I'm back. Server is back online, and it looks like we got a shulker box of pumpkins. Alright, I think it's finally done, bro. Holy, this is a pretty big pumpkin farm now. Now, sadly, the prices of the pumpkins did go down quite a bit, so I didn't even know if this was worth building. Since I wanted to know how much money the pumpkin farm was gonna make now, I went ahead and did the calculations, and I was kind of disappointed. Oh, that is so bad, bro. That is not good. Alright, I'm back from AFK in the pumpkin farm. 1 mil? Okay. I don't know how long I was AFKing for, but I guess that's alright. Now that I saw how low our profit was from the pumpkin farm, I knew I needed to make a different farm. Alright, so as y'all probably know, kelp farms are extremely meta right now. But the thing is, if you don't smelt the kelp, you basically make no profit. So instead of just making the kelp farm, I'm going to order the kelp and then just dump it into like an auto smelter to see if that makes any money. Now that I had the idea, I went ahead and bought an amethyst pickaxe so I could start mining out area where I could actually build this thing. So after I was digging out the area, I sold my amethyst pickaxe and started working on the smelter. I also went ahead and ordered a ton of blaze rods, so that's why my money dropped down so low. Once the thing was finally done, I dropped the kelp and blaze rods to the farm, and now we just have to AFK. Alright, I'm back. We've been AFKing for quite a while now. Alright, we made 1.24 mil. I was making a pretty good amount of money from this kelp as well. It wasn't all smelted up yet, so I was only selling a little bit. But also keep in mind, this is not profit. I did have to put a lot of money into this as well. I had enough shards, so I went ahead and bought another skeleton spawner as well. Anyways, it's getting pretty late for me, so I'm gonna go to bed soon, and I'm gonna AFK everything overnight. So this should smelt all the kelp down, and this should make a decent amount of pumpkins, so hopefully we make at least like 5 mil from this maybe. Any money from the pumpkin farm, honestly, is good. For some reason, I got disconnected again, and also pumpkins went down to a horrible price, so this farm was pretty dog water. Now, the bones were making me a decent amount of money, but if you look at my bow, I'm pretty much still under 250 mil, and we're almost 8 minutes into the video. Alright, we are finally up 3 mil. Alright, we're back down to losing money. Let's go. Now, I can't really show you me doing this because y'all probably might be able to find my base somehow, but basically I just went up into the surface and got some cows for my base. And Bernard, we have 2 Bernards. I was also selling droppers on the side just to make a little bit of extra money. I was also ordering hoppers and then just straight up selling them on AH, and I was making a decent profit. After buying an amethyst pickaxe, I started digging the area out I was gonna need to build the cow farm. I also had sold the amethyst pickaxe, that's why my money went back up. Alright, well, all we gotta really do is AFK, and about every 15 minutes, I'm gonna come over here and breed the cows, so hopefully in the next recording, we should have a decent amount of cows. Alright, I'm back, guys, from AFK in the cow farm. Bro, at the time of recording right now, I have no idea how I'm actually gonna get to 500 million. This pumpkin farm is not it. 34 skeleton spawners is gonna help a little bit, but that's gonna get us nowhere. And now I can't even log on Donut. Yep, okay, that's really gonna help us get to 500 mil. Once I was able to log back on the server, I didn't really know what to do, so I just started putting cows on my little cow farm thing. By the way, if you're wondering how this cow farm works, the chains are there so the baby cows will fall down, and then when the baby cows grow up, we get leather. Sharp 4, looting 3, it's 250k, but we will be using this a lot, so we're gonna need it. After killing some cows, I went ahead and breeded some more up, and I also ordered some kelp that I had. At this point in the challenge, I felt like I was finally making progress because I was past 250 million. Reselling hoppers was also extremely good because they sold extremely fast. After ordering some bones that I had from my skeleton spawners, I kept reselling hoppers because this money-making method is actually insane. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering what I do with the cows, when I get the leather, I craft them into item frames and then sell them, because a stack of item frames sells for over 500k. Since the hoppers were selling so good, I invested another 4 mil into them. Now, I also placed an order for some pistons and was reselling these just like I was with hoppers, and it was working really well. Here's all the auction transactions if y'all want to see. I don't know if anything sold. I guess maybe some pistons or something did, but this is everything. For some reason, they're having like a dance party or something over here. I don't know why all of the cows are crowding over this, but basically they're dying from suffocation, and it's giving me leather, which is not good because I want to kill them with a looting sword, so then I can get more leather. After killing some cows, breeding them up again, and also selling some of our kelp that we have and our pumpkins, I was thinking about building a new base because I always like to have at least 2, because if one gets raided, then at least we have another one. After selling a few item frames that we got from our cows, now it's time to go out and make a new base. Been AFKing overnight and actually made a decent amount of pumpkins. I can't lie. That looks like it's worth a decent amount of money. 4.14 mil? I'll take that, honestly. That's not bad. Even though we only have 35 skeleton spawners, they actually start to make a decent amount of money. After ordering the bones and making about 7 mil, I just kept on reselling stuff like item frames and especially hoppers, and we were making a ton of money from this. Also, here are our auction transactions, by the way, if anybody wants to see this, because I think, yeah, a lot of our stuff sold overnight. I also didn't want to use this kelp smelter thing anymore, so I went ahead and got the leftover blaze rods from it and ordered it. I actually made a decent amount of money from this. Since the hoppers were so good, I decided to spend 9 mil on orders of them. And after a little bit more of reselling, it seems like stuff was starting to move in the right direction. Alright, I just breeded up the cows, and yeah, a bunch of our hoppers are on our auction right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and AFK, and we'll see how much money we make when I come back. For some reason, the freaking recording is just tweaking, bro. But yeah, we just made like, I don't know, maybe like 7 mil or something. I don't even know how much it was. But I ordered all the bones from our skeleton spawners. We had like 54% full, or like 60% full. I don't know how much that is. I sold a bunch of hoppers, so right now we have a bunch of hoppers on our AH. A bunch of them had sold previously, so these are the auction transactions. And I also sold the pumpkins, which are about like 3 mil. So y'all can see that right here. Alright everyone, I've been AFKing overnight. Our base isn't raided, which is always a good thing. Been making a bunch of pumpkins and obviously bones. And if you look at our bound, you can see that all of our stuff on auction sold. And just look at this. So many hoppers, bro. And then every once in a while there's some item frames. So yeah, let me go ahead and start selling some of these hoppers again. Also went ahead and ordered my bones, which may be about 6 mil, which is always pretty good. I went ahead and also bought 2 extra skeleton spawners and then went ahead and ordered my pumpkins. Yo, we hit 300 mil, let's go. After hitting 300 mil, I bred up my cows and then started selling their remains. The hoppers were also selling extremely quickly, so I decided to order a bunch more. After finding the place where I was gonna build my base, I ordered some pistons and bought an amethyst pickaxe and started mining out the area. Alright, I've been AFKing overnight. After ordering my bones and my pumpkins, I made about 10 million, which is okay, but definitely not that good. I also started selling hoppers that I had ordered previously, and basically anytime someone would buy a hopper, I would immediately sell another stack. After I was done digging the area, I started placing the moss on the top for the roof, so keep in mind I'm still selling hoppers. After I was done digging some of the area out, I started working on the flooring of the base. I went ahead and started working on some of the modules, and yes, I am building a bamboo farm. The reason I'm making a bamboo farm is because right as I sold my last bamboo farm, Dr. Donut decided to buff bamboo by 33%, so now it's really good. Oh, and if you're wondering why my money went up a bunch, it's because I sold my amethyst pickaxe, and I also been selling a bunch of hoppers. After everything was finished, right now I have 25 bamboo modules. Alright, I'm back. I've been AFKing overnight. Pumpkins just got a 5x buff right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and order these, and this should be worth a lot of money. Pumpkins are so meta. I just made 20 mil off that. That is ridiculous. What the frick? Look, it says 5x pumpkin like on the thing. After ordering the bones, we had over $340 million. Alright, I'm back for AFKing for a little bit. And bro, pumpkin farms are absolutely ridiculous right now. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and start expanding this. And I might even make a sky base for pumpkin farm so we can make as many pumpkins as we can. First, I'm gonna go ahead and order these bones real quick. I've also had my alt account at the bamboo farm, so I went ahead and built a shulker loader just so it could be easier to sell. I'm about to go ahead and go to bed, so I'm gonna have one account AFK in the bamboo farm and one account AFK in the pumpkin farm, so we'll make a decent amount of money. As usual, I woke up and ordered the bones, and bro, pumpkins are ridiculous right now. It is crazy. I also made like 1 mil from my bamboo farm, so it's just kind of extra money. Now, as I'm selling this next batch of pumpkins, I just want to say thank you, Dr. Donut, for watching my videos, and thank you everyone for all the support on this series. It's been crazy. After selling this last batch of pumpkins, I had over 400 million. I was also still selling hoppers on the side just for some extra money. After ordering some more bones and watching some cheese race, I had over $414 million.
About seeing if people can fly. Crikey. Genocide, war, the impending collapse of our planet. Simple man living a simple life.
Now, I'm gonna be completely honest. I got pretty lucky here with the 5x pumpkins, because if that didn't happen, I don't know what I would have done. So I pretty much just AFK'd my pumpkin farm all the way up to 500 million. But in the next episode, we have to go all the way up to 1 billion, and there's not gonna be any lucky buffs like this time. 500 million! Now we gotta get to a bill. By the way, all of my members get a shout out at the end of every video. Right now we have 3 members, so shout out to Lobello, Angel Blackstar, and Blaze. I really appreciate you guys.